Hey everyone, and welcome back to Controller Culture. March 2026 is shaping up to be packed with some exciting releases. So today, we're counting down the top 10 upcoming games hitting shelves next month. Please note that this list is in release order and not based off personal ranking. From indie gems to big franchise sequels, there's something for everyone here. Let's gear up and dive into our list. Our first game of the month is Naughty Gnomes, launching on PC March 3rd, 2026. This zany indie PvP party game puts quirky garden gnomes against each other in chaotic battle arenas. Matches last about 30 minutes and promise fast, wild, and above all, very fun action. Picture this. You customize your gnome with thousands of mix and match combinations. There are over 5,000 outfits and gear. You are able to equip over 100 upgrade cards, then proceed to throw anything you can get your hands on at your rivals, even each other's hats or heads. There are all sorts of modes too. Classic free-for-all, team matches, prop hunt, and more. In short, Naughty Gnomes is Smash Bros meets Twisted Metal with explosive weapons and ridiculous taunts. If you love 4-player mayhem and over-the-top physics, this one is sure to deliver laughs and mayhem. Up next, we have Scott Pilgrim X, a new beat-em-up adventure based on the Scott Pilgrim series. It's due March 3rd, 2026 on all major platforms. Tribute Games, which is the studio behind the classic Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, is back with an X edition. Think of it as an unofficial sequel with a completely new story by creator Brian Lee O'Malley. You'll brawl through pixel art versions of Toronto and other locales, facing off against wacky new enemies and bosses across time and space. The original's rock-infused chiptune soundtrack is likely returning, and rumor has it there will be more characters and way more moves. Basically, fans get to punch and combo their way through a sequel that's equal parts nostalgic and fresh. If you love the 2010 beat-em-up, get ready to relive that 8-bit magic with brand new content. Up next, we have Marathon. This marks the long-awaited return of Bungie's classic FPS series. The game launches March 5th, 2026 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and on PC. Marathon is set on the Tau Ceti colony, and it blends fast-shooting action with a deep sci-fi story. You join one of several factions, each with their own agent, and take on contracts across the world. As you complete missions and explore, you pick up audio logs, scroll graffiti clues, and unlock entries in an in-game codex, all building a mystery about why the colony is in danger. The core first-person gameplay feels familiar. It's a spiritual successor to Halo and the original Marathon games. But this time, everything's modernized. It runs in Unreal Engine 5 with fully upgraded graphics and offers full crossplay across all platforms. Plus, there's a huge voice cast. Hideo Kojima fans will spot some returning names. At its heart, Marathon delivers the same 1 versus 1,000 chaotic battles Bungie pioneered, but wrapped in a brand new world and story. Continuing to our next game, it's Slay the Spire 2, jumping into early access on March 5th, 2026. This is the sequel to the beloved roguelike deck-building game. The Spire has been asleep for 1,000 years, and now it's back, even hungrier and tougher than before. You'll climb this massive tower with a new roster of heroes and familiar ones, each with their own card decks. Notably, Slay the Spire 2 adds two brand new characters, the Necrobinder and the Regent, alongside returning favorites like the Ironclad and Silent. The biggest headline: for the first time ever, the Spire can be tackled with friends. Up to 4 players can team up in co-op mode, using special combo cards and synergy strategies to conquer the climb together. Of course, it still has the signature roguelike progression: brutal bosses, random events, and tons of new cards, relics, and environments being added over time. The developers promise to keep expanding the Spire during early access, so early adopters can expect new challenges and cards to drop as we speak. If you love the first Slay the Spire, this is the one to watch for. Ending our first half of the list is Fatal Frame 2: Crimson Butterfly. The game is getting a full remake. This classic PS2 survival horror, which was originally released in 2003, is being rebuilt from the ground up for modern consoles, hitting around March 2026. The exact date is March 12th on most platforms. Players return to the haunted Minakami village, guiding the twin sisters Mio and Mayu as they fight vengeful spirits using only a special camera, the famous Camera Obscura. The remake is touted to be beautifully remade. Everything from the graphics and animations to the sound design has been overhauled. Expect crisp, high-definition environments and improved controls, but the core eerie atmosphere stays intact. For example, the game's own site promises updated visuals and sound for a haunting experience, beautifully reborn. If you enjoy tense ghost encounters and Japanese horror, this one will chill your bones. A March release means you won't have to wait long to brave the dark village and see if you can save Mayu. Just remember to keep the camera handy. Starting off our second half of the list is Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection, due March 13th, 2026. This is the next entry in Capcom's RPG spin-off of the main Monster Hunter series. Instead of hunting monsters, Stories has you befriend and raise them. Think of it like a more monster battling version of Pokemon with turn-based combat. In Twisted Reflection, the story kicks off when a strange egg hatches a pair of Rathalos twins, a species once thought extinct. These twin dragons bear mysterious markings tied to a long-buried civil war between two kingdoms. You play as a rider, who is named as you like, teamed with your trusty Rathalos, setting out on an epic quest across the realms of Azuria and Vermeil to uncover the truth and save the world. Along the way, you collect and battle with dozens of monster companions, use elemental attacks, and complete side quests in classic RPG style. With the polished graphics of new consoles and a presumably lush orchestral soundtrack, it aims to blend monster collecting fun with the deep lore Monster Hunter is known for. Longtime fans will appreciate the callbacks, and newcomers can jump in for a story-rich adventure. Up next is Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, arriving on PC on March 19th, 2026. You may remember it debuted on PS5 in June 2025, but PC players finally get their turn this spring. Hideo Kojima's sequel to Death Stranding picks up 11 months after the first game, this time set mostly in Australia. Sam Porter Bridges, who is voiced by Norman Reedus, is back to traverse a post-apocalyptic outback, reconnecting isolated colonies via a new chiral network to prevent humanity's extinction. The gameplay is familiar. You're hauling packages across a harsh, open world, but with a bigger emphasis on combat and new tools. Sam has vehicles and tactical weapons now. Expect trademark Kojima touches, floating ghost babies, celebrity cameos such as Lea Seydoux, Troy Baker, Elle Fanning, even Guillermo del Toro appear in this one. Death Stranding 2 is a philosophical story about connection. Early impressions said the bigger world and new Aussie locales are breathtaking, and the added action sequences add a fresh twist to the series' delivery sim roots. In short, if you enjoyed the first game's mix of walking sim and weird sci-fi, this is the one to mark on your calendar. We're down to our final 3 games, and next is Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered, out March 19th, 2026. This is a full reboot of the classic PS2 era Musou game that helped define the series. The core of DW3 is 1 vs 1000 hack and slash. Pick from 40 historical officers of the Three Kingdoms period, ride into battle, and mow down countless soldiers with flashy combos. The remaster is built in Unreal Engine 5, so expect vastly improved visuals and smoother performance. It also includes the Extreme Legends expansion content, meaning more story scenarios, new player generals, extra weapons, and challenge modes. In short, it packs all the original gameplay staples into a modern package. Longtime fans will love revisiting those epic battles with high-definition graphics and refined controls, while newcomers can experience one of the roots of the warrior genre. If you ever wondered what Dynasty Warriors was like back then, or if you just love mindless crowd-clearing action, this is a must-watch for March. Our second to last game is one I'm personally excited for, and that's Mouse P.I. for Hire. This absolutely wild game releases on March 19th, 2026 across consoles and PC. You play as Jack Pepper, an anthropomorphic mouse detective voiced by Troy Baker, in a dark but cartoonish city called Mouseburg. Here's the twist. It looks and feels like a 1930s hand-drawn black and white cartoon, yet it's a first-person shooter. Imagine Cuphead meets Wolfenstein. Every level is rubber hose animated frame by frame, complete with jazz soundtrack and vintage 2D animation style. But don't let the adorable look fool you. The gameplay is hardcore FPS. You'll bunny hop around, blast retro-futuristic weapons like cream of wheat turrets, peanut guns, and etc. You face off against big boss enemies in over-the-top cartoon violence. The game promises frantic run-and-gun action combined with platforming and puzzle elements. Fans of boomer shooters and stylized indie games have already hyped it as a breath of fresh air. With its noir joke-filled writing and hand-drawn charm, this one is guaranteed to stand out in March. And the last game to round off our list is Life is Strange Reunion, arriving March 26th, 2026. Deck 9 Games has crafted this chapter as the emotional finale to the saga of Max Caulfield and Chloe Price. Characters who have been tearing up hearts since the original Life is Strange debuted 11 years ago. In Reunion, Max is now a photography teacher at Caledon University when a devastating campus fire rips through everything. Thanks to her rewind powers, Max snaps a selfie and rewinds time back to 3 days earlier, giving her one shot to uncover how the blaze started and prevent the tragedy. And here's a first. Chloe Price shows up too, due to previous timeline merging shenanigans. So you'll be shuffling between Max and Chloe throughout the game. Each has unique abilities. Max can rewind and alter decisions, while Chloe can use her tough girl charm and backtalk skills to open doors Max can't. The story is personal and choice-driven as always. Every decision can have ripple effects, leading to different endings. The trailer hints at haunting puzzles, heartfelt moments, and that trademark Life is Strange vibe. In short, Reunion promises to be an emotional, narrative-driven adventure that wraps up Max and Chloe's journey in dramatic fashion. It's the culmination of a decade-long story arc, so expect plenty of feels and wow moments. And there you have it, our top 10 games to watch for in March 2026. Which of these are you most excited for? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and tell us who wins your personal countdown. If you enjoyed this list, give us a like and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our future gaming roundups. That's it from us here at Controller Culture, and I'll see you all in the next one.